Okay, guys, I promise we're not drunk yet. We're just having a great time. But guess what?
We're back!
Yes!
Welcome to Rum News. Okay.
That's Nia. Is she supposed to?
She's Nani.
I promise we've done this before. And we're totally sober.
And I almost said, after you said, you're Nia, I almost said, and I'm Nia.
I said that's Nia.
I know, but I almost said, and I'm Nia.
For clarification,
Yes.
Nani.
Nia.
And
this is Rum News.
Anyways, for those of you who have never joined us before, we start the episode with a shot.
And today we're starting with the Transcontinental Rum Line. Ready for the pop.
Oh, yes. That was a good one.
So if you missed out the recap, we were touching on my Australia trip. Although this is not a bottle, but if you do not subscribe and you missed that, make sure you check out that video because we recapped and she tried all the rums that I brought from Australia. This one specifically is from Bentley. If you're not familiar with Bentley, they're the oldest continuous running distillery in Australia. But it's kind of like a Captain Morgan. So honestly, I tried it. And
It must have been decent if you bought the bottle, right?
No. But this is this is an independent bottler, and this is a 6-year-old rum.
Got it.
So it was aged 4 years in Australia and 2 years in Europe. So I'm hoping this is going to be a little bit better than the Bentley.
While she's pouring that, again, for those of you who have never seen an episode, we don't normally look like this. Disclaimer. This is just for, in the spooky season spirits. Ooh, I like that alliteration. Spooky season spirits. I swear I'm sober, I promise. So we figured we'd dress up, have a little fun with it, and, give you guys a little Halloween spirit since we won't be able
ahead
to
of time.
record.
So
Yeah.
no Christmas on this channel, people. No Christmas.
I mean, for us, it's spooky season all year. So,
Yeah.
We're all about that. Which, speaking of, just touching real quick, and then we'll recap later. If you haven't already checked out our new page, Paranormal Pour, go over there. We'll be starting a podcast, but we'll talk about that a little bit more later.
Sure. So get your shots ready, people.
She poured me like a double, then poured herself a sip.
Do you want to throw some in there? Okay.
Rookie mistake over here.
Sorry. Cheers, guys. Cheers. Warming up the chesticles.
As you like to say, the hug.
Well, I got that from my friend Scott. He does a lot of bourbon reviews.
Shout out to Scott.
Scott.
Hope you're tuning in, Scott. If you're not, shame on you. I am going to message you tomorrow and see what that's about.
Yeah, but definitely check his stuff out. He has some really cool bourbons, and he's the one that I'm constantly getting his input regarding rum for bourbon lovers, which subscribe because he will be on the channel quite a bit next year. I'm going to get him more on some videos just to get his perspective of rum, especially as the
Scott's
collection
awesome.
Continues to grow.
Yes.
BRBN_review on Instagram. So, Nani, what do you have for us on Rum News?
Okay, heads up, guys. So we haven't been here together for Rum News in quite a few months. And we figured, we're going to have so much news to talk about. We're going to have so much coming at you guys. This is going to be an extra long episode. Then doing our research, we were like,
oh, crap.
oh, nothing's happening. Okay. So we do have some news for you guys that we're going to talk about. But we're also going to be trying different rums, and we'll see where this night takes us. Anybody who's seen us before knows we can get a little cray, and it's fun. We'll probably be taking some more shots, but go ahead.
If you have some rum news that you'd like to definitely go ahead and put a little comment down below. We love people's input, especially if you have breaking news. We did have some breaking news one time from Rough Spirits. If you don't follow him, amazing channel. He does reviews on a little bit of everything.
Yep.
A lot of lives with great cigar aficionados. So definitely check his content out. fellow creator, really nice guy, but he broke the news about the lawsuit.
Yeah, with Bamboo, right?
Yeah, the lawsuit of Bamboo here in the U.S. But
yeah,
what do you have for us?
Also, we're just full of the disclaimers tonight. I normally have glasses on, so if y'all see me squinting, I have old lady eyes and my glasses are right here. Forgive me if I misread any of my cards incorrectly. Unfortunately, we don't have a teleprompter, so got to read my chicken scratch. I've worked with doctors for many years and don't write properly. Anywho. End tangent. So I'm going to be talking about Raising Glasses a little bit. For any of you who don't know, they are an independent bottler, and they focus on the acquisition of superior single cask spirits. So they have a 2023 summer series that are affordable bottles weighing in at 375 milliliters.
Which is pretty small if you look at the standard bottles.
Yeah, it's like the half of a standard bottle that's usually $7.50. So they are featuring original artwork, and I thought this was really cool, based on the mythological creature.
Isn't that crazy?
From that country where the spirit, originates from. And again, I can't read my freaking handwriting. But also, they'll donate 5% of the profits of those specific bottles, the summer series bottles, to a charity from the country of which that bottle originates from, which
That's
I thought
amazing.
was really, really awesome. So I just wanted to tell you guys, there's a bunch of them. You guys can go to raisingglasses.com, see all the different bottles. We were looking at some of them.
The labeling, guys.
They're really cool.
They're so cool design. But the only thing is, it kind of reminded me, if anybody's familiar with the boutique Rum Co., they're out in Scotland, I believe and they bring rum juice from all over the world, and then they finish it there. Or they do a lot of collabs with different distilleries around the world, and then they finish their bottles there. But I'm going to show you the bottle after this so you can see. The lettering reminds me of the boutique, the labeling
maybe
stuff.
Inspired by them?
Yeah, it's kind of like cartoony, and so is this collection.
Yeah, it's very like animated and stuff like that. There's a bunch of different ones. I'm just going to list off a few so you guys have an idea. Like they have a bottle from Australia called the Yowie, which would be the equivalent of like the Bigfoot or the Yeti or, Sasquatch in Australia. Yeah, it's called the Yowie. It's a 16-year-old rum, aged 11 years in Australia, 5 years in the UK, at 68.3% ABV. They have what's called the Whistler in Venezuela. I've personally never heard of the Whistler.
Me neither.
Maybe that's a lie. I think it was called something else, but it's similar to like La Llorona, but it's like if you hear whistling, it's like,
you're gonna die.
Yeah, it's essentially calling you to whatever
your
it
death.
is, whatever the cryptid is. And you're gonna die essentially, so don't hear whistling in the
woods.
my
god, if I would have paid attention to that meant every time my dad was calling me, he was about to murder me. So that's hilarious. Maybe.
I know you, so that's very likely.
That's very possible.
So the Whistler is a 14-year-old aged rum, and it's aged 12 years in Venezuela, and then 2 years in the UK, and that's 62.1%. Menorah, which is Thailand, 9 years old, 5 years in Thailand, 4 years in the UK, 55%. And again, that's just a few of the ones they have on site. There was a ton of different ones listed, so just a few to name. And I thought it was really cool that they donate that specific series, or they donate profits from that series to whatever charity the bottle originates from. I thought that was really kind of cool.
That is very cool. And
Yeah.
speaking of new releases, you guys can see here on our right, we got some pretty cool RTDs finally. Thank you and huge shout out to Benny from Primo's, because we actually asked for these RTDs before they actually came out, because if you subscribe and you watch that Rum News, then you should know about these RTDs.
Yes.
So we've been waiting quite a
Oh
while
my gosh,
to get our
I want
hands
to say
on
since
this.
April maybe? March or April?
Yeah.
One of our first episodes we talked about these babies, and we finally have our hands on them to try them for you guys. We are
And
excited.
give you our honest review. And honestly, you and I have been on the RTD kick.
Yes.
And I think we have our favorite, but we're gonna see if this can
And
be.
she is a dark and stormy gal. She
I
is
am.
a Gosling's gal.
I am.
So we'll see if this stands up to the snuff and the hype, and we'll see, what all the hype is about regarding these dark and stormies. Now, we both like dark and stormies.
You want to open that puppy up?
Yeah, which one do we want? So we have mango original flavor, which is ginger, and spiced rum. Is there anything else? It's just those two ingredients, right?
Sometimes certain people put lemons or limes.
Okay, but generally speaking, it's ginger.
Let me get glasses.
And,
I forgot.
black cherry and pineapple are the flavors that the new line came out with. And we are going to try. Which one do you want to try?
Let's do the classic and I guess the pineapple.
Okay.
What do you think?
We can do that. While she's grabbing those, I'm also going to talk about Kraken rum. That's another rum we've mentioned here quite a bit. She's not usually a huge fan of Kraken, generally speaking, but they've had lots of new
syrup. I don't know how everybody feels.
I'm still waiting and hopefully going to be getting soon a bottle of Kraken Black Cherry. It's not usually available here in the U.S., but to bring in Benny again, was hoping, he could do me that favor and get that bottle for us. So Kraken, for Halloween, actually partnered with a company called Dough Donuts. They're located up in various locations in New York. And they're coming out with they're collabing with donuts, and they're doing a black spiced rum cream-filled donut with chocolate icing. I saw a picture of it. I wish I had it for you. It looks really cool. Right. It looks really cool, though. Imagine you bite into a donut, and it's made with black spiced rum cream filled.
Yes, if it wasn't Kraken. Wink, wink. Just kidding.
She likes what she likes. She's a bougie bitch when it comes to rum. So what can we say? So that's another piece of interesting news. What do you have for me?
Speaking of RTDs, we have a big change in the RTD trend. So apparently Bacardi's switching over to what they call Bacardi Breezers. And we did a little bit of research on it, and we think basically they're trying to break the mold, because we feel like maybe people, and you can talk about your personal experience with this, but people kind of steer away from the rum RTDs because they think they're seltzers. So what Bacardi's doing, and we'll definitely have to get those, are these new Bacardi Breeze, which are basically an RTD, but it's in a can and with a lot more carbonation. Or a bottle. Yeah, it's in a bottle, glass bottle. And they're calling them Alka-Pops.
Yeah. So I was telling her, I think it's because they're trying to steer away from the stereotypical tall, slim can. Because any of you have probably seen the White Claws, the Trulies, the stereotypical seltzers, the High Noons. Nothing against them, but they all come in these tall, thin, slim, cans. And a lot of people are mistaking it. I've had it before where I bring an RTD to, a get-together or something, and people are like, no, I don't want to try that. I'm not a fan of seltzers. It's not a seltzer. RTDs are completely different. They are cocktails
in a can.
So I was telling her, I'm wondering if what Bacardi is doing is trying to kind of what's the word I'm talking about? Kind of reformat what the RTDs look like so that it kind of has that, stigma of a seltzer removed from it, because seltzers are just not for everybody.
Yeah.
I don't even like seltzer water, so I personally don't tend to steer towards seltzers, but if you don't know the difference, you're going to see a can like this and you're just going to be like, oh, it's a seltzer, I don't want it.
Yeah.
So I think that's what's happening. It does have a little bit more soda and carbonation, as she said, in it. So it's labeled as a pop or a soda or a cola, depending on what part of the country you're from. But we definitely have to get them. If you guys see them out there, let us know if you try them and what your take is on it. So, okay.
So let's start with the...
Which one is this one?
This is going to be...
the classic.
The traditional... Hello, Paulini in the chat. Hello, Carlos. Thank you so much for tuning in. Cheers. Let's see. This looks...
It smells like a traditional.
Yeah. Ooh, very gingery.
Not bad.
With some ice.
You read my mind. Some over ice. This would be... Oh, excuse me. This would
but
be
it's really good.
It's very well balanced. It does smell very gingery. But it's well balanced.
Yeah, you know why? Because technically the Dark and Stormies are meant to be drank with Gosling's ginger beer and Gosling's rum.
Yeah.
So they have to nail this. If they don't nail the Dark and Stormy, then they're not Goslings. That's why I knew it was going to be so good.
Yeah. What's the, what's the ABV on this?
7%.
Which, even that is a little higher than your traditional seltzer. Most seltzers are, coming in at 5.
But...
maybe 4 sometimes, depending on the seltzer.
But honestly, if you like Gosling's ginger beer, try Bundaberg, which is a Australian brand. that we do get it here. I've seen it in ABC Liquors, and that one is my favorite ginger beer. And that was before I went to Australia. When I went to Australia,
I don't even like ginger. Anybody who's watched this, and again, I'm going to keep saying this because if you haven't, shame on you. Anybody who's watched this knows I'm not a fan of spices. Ginger, cinnamon, the traditional shit that you have in spiced rum. But this is really good. This is actually very good. It's sweet, but not too sweet. Over ice
is going to be perfect.
All that's missing is some rocks in here.
Okay, let's see. The next one is going to be this pineapple one. The colorings are all kind of the same. Let's see. It barely tastes like pineapple though.
It smells that. It smells sweet.
Yeah.
It smells like pineapple.
Yeah, it smells like
I'm
citrusy.
big on sniffing everything.
Yeah, it's very citrusy, but at the same time, on the palate is I expect it to be more pineapple. I think it's because of the ginger. They should have tapered down.
Very strong flavor.
They probably should have tapered down on the ginger a little bit, but it's not bad. What?
I mean, if it comes in a pack like this, where it's different packs, I'll still buy the pack, but I probably wouldn't buy a pack of just this. If it was stronger on the pineapple side, I'm a pineapple whore. If it was stronger on the pineapple side, I would totally buy a pack of just this one. If it's in a mixed pack, it's fine, but I wouldn't buy a pack of just this one. It's not pineapple-y enough for me, and it takes away from.
And you love pineapple, so
I'm a pineapple whore.
That's probably a little bit disappointing for you, I would imagine. We have to try the black cherry.
Of course.
I can skip the mango, but we gotta try the black cherry. Or should we try them all?
We're opening 3 out of 4.
Anyway,
we might as
cheers.
well.
Gonna chug this.
Cheers. If you guys aren't drinking, A, what are you waiting for? B, you're slacking. C, take this time while we're trying these to go grab yourself a drink.
A shot.
A shot. We'll be doing a couple more, I'm sure. A shot, or, grab yourself a glass of your favorite sipping rum. Make yourself a cocktail if you have something.
Or this is a judgment-free zone. You guys drink whatever you want, as long as you're taking shots, though. There's no excuses.
Could be tequila.
Yeah. Or sotol, which we'll get into that, by the way.
Oh, something new for you guys. Well, new for us, maybe not new for you.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Black cherry. Oh, shoot, that's mine. That's over here.
I didn't want to.
She's a trickster.
No, you can put it on that one. That's fine. I'm
bougie.
a trickster. It's the Gemini in me. I'm bougie.
Guess I'll get a little bit more here.
How am I bougie?
So you're like, I didn't want to mix it.
Well, because I didn't know we were doing all 4, but here we are. Ooh, that smells like black cherry.
Oh my god, this literally tastes like a Dr. Pepper.
It smells like, I'm so excited. I just want to keep sniffing it because I don't want to get disappointed like the pineapple. But it smells so
this
good.
is more cherry forward than the pineapple. But it's like a Dr. Pepper.
It really is. Oh my gosh.
If you ate Dr. Pepper, you're fucked.
The funny thing is that when I go to the movies or something like that,
you're craving the Dr. Pepper?
Well, not even that, but you know how there's the machine where you pick a bunch of different, there's like whatever soda you want. If they don't have Dr. Pepper, I get the black cherry Coke because it tastes like Dr. Pepper. So that's funny that this tastes like Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
This is really good. This is dangerous because I could easily down several of these, and the ABV is low enough that you're not going to notice until too late.
Until you're falling off your beach chair.
I honestly feel like this could even mix well with other stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
It's really good. It's not overly sweet, but it definitely...
Honestly, the pineapple's sweeter than this one.
Yeah, but it has the black cherry flavor.
Yeah, it does, for sure. Wow.
I'm surprised that the black cherry cancels out the ginger so much.
Yeah.
But you can still get the hint of the ginger. You still get that little...
But they're probably like
bitterness.
Thinking... Yeah, they're probably thinking that people that buy this, they really want it to be cherry forward. So I would think they would like...
That's why I would have thought the pineapple, because pineapple is a flavor that usually tends to mask everything else.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know what happened.
Party foul!
You would think she's never opened a can before.
I haven't.
I'm gonna get her some paper towels.
No. Just bring that little towel next to. Throw that sucker over here. Okay, last one. Let us know in the chat. Ahoy, River Pirate. Thanks for tuning in. No
Oh,
worries
is he?
for being
Yeah.
late. You wish you had a dark and stormy. See, you probably have goslings and ginger beer. I'm
Yeah.
surprised. Okay, let's do this. Last one, mango.
Yeah, for those just
Not
tuning
my
in,
favorite.
For those just tuning in, we are trying the
Goslings
RTDs flavored with classic dark and stormy, pineapple dark and they're all dark and stormies. Pineapple, mango, black cherry. So far, I think black cherry is my favorite for sure. Although in terms of the flavors, classic's classic. You can't go wrong with classic.
Oh, you can mess up a dark and stormy, but
I
that's
meant,
really
I meant
good.
generally speaking.
Yeah, so I think we're like this right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So first, second,
Mango smells like mango.
let's see. Oh, it does smell like mango.
Smells like mango. Like mango nectar. You know that thick nectar that you buy?
Oh, I like that.
And you didn't even want to try it.
Yeah. Wow.
That's good.
I honestly like this better than the black cherry.
And you said,
I
I'm
know.
not a fan of mango.
I know. Because it's
Just
weird.
goes to show you, don't judge.
Yeah, don't judge. You just gotta try it all. And then make an opinion.
Mm-hmm.
An educated opinion after you try it.
So at this
But
point, it's like this.
yeah. Well, they're competing.
they're tied.
Did you like this more than the black cherry?
I honestly think they're tied for me.
Okay.
They're tied. I like them both.
It's just this tastes too much like a Dr. Pepper, literally.
I think I could have a couple of these, and
then
I'll get
switch
sick
to
of the
Dr.
flavor.
Pepper. Just
Yeah,
kidding.
no, I'll get
She's
sick
like,
of
yeah.
I'll get sick of the flavor. Like it's it's because it's like Dr. Pepper. It can have that kind of. It can go cough syrupy real quick if you have too many of them. The mango, I feel like it's balanced enough that you could.
It's like
have
the
them
perfect
over and
amount of
over.
ginger beer, the perfect amount of mango,
Yeah.
and still the rum.
Has that little burn that ginger gives you,
but
without,
you can still taste the rum in it, which I love.
Yeah, that's a win. Not that Goslings is watching this, but you never know if you ever do.
Goslings, we
Y'all
love you.
got
We're
it.
fans.
Y'all got it right with the mango.
Yeah.
Y'all got it right.
Okay, so these are RTDs.
Mm-hmm.
Before this, we were talking about some other RTDs that were very impressive. Bacardi. Yes. If you
Yes.
haven't tried those, they have an amazing rum punch.
Bahama Mama's really good.
Amazing Bahama Mama.
Yeah, I'm trying to
Their
think.
mojito. Oh my god, I cannot even explain to you guys.
Oh yeah, I haven't
It
tried that one, but
literally
you've mentioned
tastes
it.
like a minty thing. Hold on, I think I have one. I'll be back.
I've also tried. I'm pretty sure it's Bacardi. They have a pina colada one,
Yeah.
which is really good as well. Bacardi, they get a lot of heat because they're a basic rum. They're Puerto Rico. They're not bottom shelf, but compared to the stuff that we drink, it's considered bottom shelf. But they get a lot of bad rep for that kind of stuff. But their RTD game is on point. You usually can pick up a pack of 4, I want to say, at most liquor stores for like $10.99-ish, $11, give or take. So, those are really good. You can't go wrong. If you're like running to the store, you're going to run into a barbecue or
Cool
the
day,
beach.
beach day. Oh my god.
Yeah, grab yourself a pack of
good.
some Bacardi RTDs. Those are really good. So that's why we're so excited to try the Bacardi Breezers, their new ones.
Yeah.
Because Bacardi knows what they're doing as far
They
as
do,
RTDs
honestly.
go. Yeah.
They're pretty consistent.
Yeah. What's Jason? I'm
he's
blind
like
as a bat. I can't.
he's
see
like
anything.
somehow I think that we're dressed for the Day of the Dead. You both look great. I keep thinking there should be tequila sampling going on. Oh my gosh. Who knows? We might bring
Listen.
out some version of a
We-
Mexican
We
spirit
both
out.
have hers is harder to see with the lighting, but she has a skeleton on her
I
top
do.
here. I clearly have a skeleton. We just figured it was a quick and easy way to dress up without
For the
going too over
holiday.
the top.
Yeah.
But staying in theme with the Rum News girls that we normally do. And yeah, I guess Day of the Dead is next week anyway. So
It'll be a 2-for celebration, but
Yeah.
I have, and I'm sure if you haven't seen this, shame on you, you're not a real rum fan. But listen,
she's calling y'all out.
there was a huge announcement today, and we were actually part of the preview.
Oh,
Speaking of the most anticipated release,
You guys.
besides the Appleton legend, is the Mount Gay single estate. Man, congratulations to the Mount Gay crew. We had the pleasure.
I just got goosebumps.
Me too. we literally had the pleasure of trying that rum
like 3 weeks ago. We were gonna mention it on the sly, but keep the name out of it because it was very.
We signed an NDA.
Yes, it was very.
That's all we're gonna say about that.
You can't talk about it. You can't take pictures of it. It doesn't exist yet. And
so
then,
3 weeks ago, we were able to try it. Okay, moment of truth. What did you think about the rum?
So freaking good. Everything we tried that day was so freaking good. Mount Gay I feel like they can do no wrong. They don't know how to make bad rum.
No, literally.
They don't know how to. You could go to any store, you see a bottle of Mount Gay, be it like $30 or $300, it's all gonna be good. All of it.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong with Mount Gay. It was really good. My favorite was definitely, you know which one it was. Of the ones we tried I think 3 or 4 different ones. Shall I say it?
You should.
It was their Black Barrel cask strength.
The girl that likes sweet rums, like the cask strength rum.
It was so freaking good. I don't remember like the ABV and the proof on it, but it was so good. And there's no more bottles that you can't buy.
It was like 60,
yeah,
60
it was
percentage, 60 something.
Yeah.
But the crazy thing is that bottle, you could only buy it if you went to Barbados to the distillery.
Yeah.
And bought it there. So
and they don't have any more. They're gone.
And the crazy part is the bottle looks like a Mount Gay Black Barrel.
It's a solid matte black.
But you look at the bottom and it says cask strength and like a special release. The other thing we tried that still hasn't been released, but
it's another new exclusive that we were privy to.
Yeah, luckily.
I felt so special that day.
I know.
Shout out to Lauren with the rep. She was amazing.
Lauren from Remy Cointreau. And all the team at Collective 1806. If you ever see us tag them, that's the crew that's representing Mount Gay here. Amazing, amazing team. The other thing we tried was the Eclipse Navy Strength.
That one, I want to say, comes out in a couple weeks.
They said November?
Yeah, I want to say they said early November. So be on the lookout for that one. That one was really good, too. Navy strength rums, not usually my thing, but that was pretty good.
But let me tell you, I'm not a big fan of the Eclipse. It is a typical, it's a great rum. It's kind of like a Bacardi White, but an aged rum. That Eclipse was phenomenal.
It's really, it was really good.
Let me tell you, amazing.
Yeah.
And then obviously the single estate, if you're not familiar, Trudy and Brinker's trying to break the industry down there. They're trying to literally establish everything down there, like from the sugarcane. So now they have an estate. They have sugarcane. They do the fermentation there with their proprietary fermentation. Their fermentation is a little bit longer than the rest of the products. So what I specifically noticed in that rum is the nose, Mount Gay. The palate, completely different. Right?
Yeah.
You nose it, you're like, oh, it's a Mount Gay rum. And once I took a little swig, there was like...
It was different. It was different. It's... Like I said, I'm not usually a Navy strength girl. That's a little... usually.
No, I'm talking about the single estate.
Yes.
Very long lingering in the palate.
Good luck to those of you who can get a bottle.
Yeah, so we found out, unfortunately, the MSRP, I'm priced out of that range. I think we both are. If you're out there and want to split a bottle, hey, reach out to me. I'm totally down. We did that for the Legend bottle with the Rum Posse. So I'd love to do a bottle split with somebody. If you're not familiar with the price point, right now it's at $358. Yes, $358 USD. I believe. Does not
surprise me. Single estate, and it's Mount Gay first on.
Yeah, and it's aged, I think, between 12 or 14 years in ex-bourbon casks, and that's it.
Yeah,
which is amazing.
Yeah, so we were able to try that, and it was.
Yeah, if you go to Mount Gay's YouTube, Trudy Ann Brinker exactly explains the whole process, the passion behind this product, and also the very cool thing is Maggie Campbell is the estate manager. If you're not familiar with Maggie, She worked at Privateer. She was the master distiller there. Now she's gone down to Mount Gay and partnered with Trudy Ann, two women truly representing the rum industries.
Yeah.
I'm super excited to go back, by the way. They have a ton of stuff going down there, so super excited.
All right.
Any other releases you want to talk about?
Do I have any releases? I guess I can mention Captain Morgan. I mean, Captain Morgan is usually like, everybody knows what Captain Morgan is.
Yeah.
It's your, regular go to the bar, I need a spiced rum, Captain and Coke, Captain and Pepsi. We'll touch on that a little bit later. That they are releasing a 0.0% alcohol-free spiced rum.
Which it doesn't surprise us, but if you've tuned in into rum news, we talked about it last time that RTDs were starting to slow down a little, and then the alternative spirits were starting to come up because the people are becoming more health conscious.
Yeah, this generation is trying to moderate their alcohol consumption. They're, all about being green and eco-friendly and sustainability, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Absolutely.
So they have released their alcohol-free spiced rum, which is the first dark spirit released within a Diageo company. And, they were like, well, Tanqueray was successful, Gordon's was successful, Guinness was successful with the alcohol-free product. Why not jump on that ship and get the going while it's going? So that's one release I have. And let's see, we have a company, it's relatively new, called Old Road Rum. I don't know if you've heard of them. They're down in, Barbados. They just released their first 12-year-old rum.
Oh, no, sorry, that's in St. Kitts, not Barbados.
Oh,
yeah.
It's from Barbados, excuse me. Again, can't read my chicken scratch without my glasses. 12-year-old rum. It's sourced from Barbados, as I said. It's aged in ex-bourbon casks. You're going to like this. There's no colors, sugars, or flavors added during their production. It's all straight.
That's great.
Yeah. And then just one
But
other
I don't
one.
discriminate. If your rum is good, just disclose that you're adding stuff. That's the only thing I care about.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then this one you're going to like, which we're going to talk about in a bit. Rolling Fork. They have released their first new rum since 2020 called Amberana Odyssey, which is a blend
I have to have you try
yeah.
that. You talk about that. I'll be back.
It's a blend of 4 different 9 and 11-year-old rums from the Four Square Distillery. It's aged in, of course, Brazilian Amberana oak casks. Okay, are you ready for this? It's at 120.6 proof.
Ooh!
That is a high freaking proof. I think the highest I've tried is maybe 113, and that hugged your chest like it was trying to kill you. So 120.6, I can't even imagine, at 60.3% ABV. The notes are cinnamon, cocoa, vanilla, molasses, of course, and it said a hint of sweet cola, which I, of course, think immediately of something like a Dr. Pepper or a Coca-Cola, like a sweet cola. So I thought that was an interesting little note to have, sweet cola. So that's what I have for new releases on my end.
Awesome. And before I move on to the rest of my releases, I do want to address something. Carlos is saying that that's a lot for a 14-year-old single cask strength. Carlos, I don't know if it's cask strength. I know it's single estate, which means they get everything from cane to cup, which some people say, or some people say
it doesn't go from one place to another.
Yeah.
It's all done on one estate.
Yeah.
That's
so you get everything. Is. I don't know if it's cask strength. I don't remember. But speaking of Amberana, are you familiar with that wood? I guess you are because you're Brazilian. But I definitely wanted her to try this. If you're not familiar with Down Island,
I haven't tried this.
They're an independent bottler, and they basically bring juice from all over the world and bottle it. Wanted her to try this.
I'm
is so good.
Excited. I tried a different Down Island one. For those of you who saw her video on my Rum Diaries channel, I want to say, what was it, last Friday that we went to Primo's?
Oh, yes.
I tried the Down Island Barbados.
Barbados 2011.
I tried that. That was really good. That gave me, that and the RJM gave me goosebumps. So I'm excited to try this one.
The Terroir Volcanique. Okay, Here we go. Ooh, little pop.
Baby pop.
So this one specifically I bought for Phil. And this says it's a 2011 distilled, 2023 bottled. It's just column still. And the cask type, it's Brazilian Amburana and American oak.
You can
It's
smell
80% cane juice and 20% molasses, and it's actually distilled in Epri. Is that how you say it?
I would assume
Epri distillery in Sao. I'll let you. I always
São Roque.
Good. Whatever the
São Roque.
Like she said it, because I'll speak the Spanish parts. Let her speak the
São Roque.
São Roque.
São Roque.
Yeah. So
it smells really woodsy.
Yeah.
You can smell the oak. It has like a sweet, like almost like a cedar. You know when you smell a cedar, it's like a sweet wood smelling. It doesn't smell like cedar, but that same kind of like sweet woodsy smell.
Like campfire.
Not burning, but
No,
like
no,
a
no,
campfire.
like- yeah.
like the wood.
Yeah, like when you're prepping and everybody's cutting and
I literally
stacking.
feel like I could be
So
in the
good.
woods camping or at in a cabin. That smells really good. I'm excited.
By the way, really lanky legs.
How are the legs? Mine is.
Really lanky. There's
Yeah.
some beating on top. Cheers.
That has a nice hug to it. This is one of the few rums where I smell the woodsy and I can taste it.
I love there's a very
It's
long
smoky.
linger, and it's, to me, it's kind of like a mintiness that goes up to your nose. Like it lingers so much on your palate. Not like mint per se, but kind of like, no, to me it's like remember the Camel Crush cigarettes? I know nobody.
Dude, I remember them. I
Does
never
any-
smoked, so I don't. If you're going to refer to a flavor, I
Yeah,
have no idea.
so it kind of reminds me if anybody smoked the Camel Crush menthols where you cracked it and then you smoked it and you got that little mintiness and like cold. That's what I just got.
The only time I've ever touched a cigarette was my uncle's, and I grabbed it from his mouth to break it. I've never touched a cigarette, and that one little time that I touched it, my fingers smelled like cigarettes for the rest of the night, and I was just like,
yeah, it's pretty rough, but
Yeah.
this is a great bottle. I think they're actually sold out of this one, but keep an eye out for Down Island. They have some really cool bottles.
yeah, just the few that
Not
I've
only
tried
unique
are all
looking,
good.
but unique just flavors.
Yeah. I haven't taken another sip. I can still taste the woody, the woody aftertastes on my palate.
Yeah. There's a very long linger on the palate, which is beautiful. But the notes are very unique. I don't think I've tasted it. I think the Amburana cask really makes a difference.
Yeah.
Even if it's just for a couple months, it's pushing away the traditional notes of a rum aged in the bourbon cask, which we know it's like vanilla, caramel, the toffees, depending on the charring.
And for that reason alone, I think that rolling fork one would probably taste. It's literally called Amburana Odyssey.
Yeah.
So you know that's going to be a signature.
So we're gonna have to
note
keep
in
an eye
it.
out for that.
Yeah, if you guys see it, let us know. Again, we'll take samples if you want to be generous enough to send us a bottle. Unfortunately, the article didn't say what it's retailing for. I'm sure if we dig a little deeper, we can probably find it somewhere.
And don't forget, like, I'm always open to trade samples. So if you get a bottle of something cool that you think I might like, and you want one of my samples and you can't find it, please reach out to me.
Yeah.
I always say rum friends are the best friends. We're a huge community, but
Yeah.
we're very close. I love exchanging rum, and I love hearing people's perspective of stuff. So, hey, reach out to us. Speaking of another very cool release that kind of got me really excited, if you didn't see this, the Whiskey Exchange released their first Havana Club 11-year-old Cuban rum. This is not it,
No, yeah.
but this is a Havana Club rum that is basically a staple in my house. Unfortunately, we can't get this in the U.S., but good news to you, you can get the 11-year-old rum off of Whiskey Exchange, and the price point, very surprising for a Havana Club.
Affordable.
For the Havana Club that can be delivered to your house here in the U.S., $77.81 plus
Affordable.
shipping, of course, and taxes.
Now, what's the shipping? We don't know. It's probably
depends
dependent.
where you
I was
live.
gonna say,
If you live
depends
in
on your
Hawaii,
depends on
I'm
your
sorry
zip
for
code.
you. If you live in Florida, maybe not so much.
Yeah.
But I figured I'd bring this one out because this is one of the rums from my loot from Australia.
Yep.
Because anytime I travel international,
We're going.
no, we can do a shot. So smooth. By the way, this is like, some people might frown upon it, but I freaking love Cuba Libres with this thing. Just a good old Coke and some lime. Not lemon. Not lemons.
Lime. If you go to almost any other country and ask for limon, you're going to get a green lime. Don't ask for lemon because you're going to be highly disappointed. And
so prep your
shame
shots.
on
Prep
you
your shots.
For people who say that lemon and limes are the same thing, they are not the same thing. They do not taste the same. For you who think they taste the same, try a lemonade made with lemon versus a lemonade made with lime. Completely different flavors.
Yeah, Jason is saying, agreed, Mount Gay makes some really great rums, a true pirate rum. I would make, it would make Major Steed Bonnet proud. Yeah, for sure. Steed would be, especially because he's such a bougie pirate, that he would love a $400 bottle of rum. He'd probably put that like on his masterful shelving with all this elaborate wooden stuff, I would imagine.
Would you blame him?
The other thing that he's saying is, no doubt Black Bart wished he had 0% alcohol, Captain Morgan, for his crew on the fateful night he fought the HMS Swell.
Yeah.
They were drunk and down Yeah, probably, for sure. Yes. Wow, thank you so much for tuning in. Carlos, so what would you pay, just out of curiosity, for a 14-year-old rum cask strength? Although, honestly, I don't remember if that single estate was cask strength, because
I don't think it was.
Aren't they releasing like 6,000 bottles of that?
The new one?
The single estate, right? I thought that's what we...
I thought it was less. I'm not sure.
Yeah, me neither.
Somebody Google it for us and let us know.
Yeah, Mount Gay single estate.
The single estate, not cask strength. Just the single estate, their new release.
I don't think it was cask strength. I just think it was like 14 years. But anyway, cheers. Ready your shots.
And real quick,
ready your cannons.
Talking about the single estate.
Ready to raise
their
black.
label is a little different too. They have the codes on their label, which I thought was really unique and cool.
So yeah, it's version 1, so it has a 01. Mm-hmm. It has BN for bourbon cask, and it has QN for the type of yeast.
Oh, I was like, I don't know where she's going with this. I never would have guessed for you.
So they've been dropping like this like little crazy like
hints and clues and
this whole like, I want to say like the past 90 days. So I've been like bothering them the whole time. Yeah. But cheers. Hope you enjoy, man.
We both did the same thing. We both went cheers.
So good.
Y'all were a little weird. It's fine. If you don't sniff your alcohol, are you even an alcohol? Actually, no. You're probably... I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that.
So this is 7 years. Havana Club from Cuba. It's
so smooth. Oh, I didn't realize how full it was.
Yeah. And the funny part is, because I bought it in Australia, it has a lot of like the Australian warning stuff. Mm. But then the labeling is in English.
Yeah.
So it says... Havana Club 7 is the marriage of characterful rums, each aged for a minimum of 7 years. Uniquely, every time we make it, a portion is returned to the barrel for several more years. This extra aged rum is then added back into a future batch of Havana Club 7 in the cycle of continuous aging. The result is a multi-layered rum that can be enjoyed neat or with its own twist.
That's cool.
What did you think?
It's so smooth. So freaking smooth.
But kind of sweet, right?
A little bit. I still kind of had that woodsy palate on my mouth from the other one, so I probably should have cleansed my palate, but I didn't get so much sweet, but it's smooth for sure. Okay. Very, very good. I could see why a Cuba Libre would be really good with
I know, right? With the lime and the Coke. Ooh!
Over some
We'll have to try it. The next release I want to talk about, which we just scooped it up this past weekend, is the Brugal Visionaria It's their first release of this basically batch. But what's really interesting is they use cocoa beans from Dominican Republic, which is amazing. So we're hoping it's going to be like a very chocolate forward rum. And make sure you subscribe because I will be doing a release of this. Thank you so much. So guess what?
Beautiful bottle.
This is the bottle. It comes in this beautiful box packaging. I do like Brugal, the 1888. I think it's a phenomenal rum. But I'm super excited to try this because it's very unique to whatever they have been doing. If you're not familiar with Brugal, the rum master there is Yacil Villanueva. She's a female and 5th generation master distiller. So definitely gonna review this. You know, I'm now not doing so many reviews, but keeping it to some good stuff that we get our hands on.
We'll have to see if this makes the chest, you guys.
Yeah, we'll have to see if it's treasure chest approved. The other really cool release from an independent bottler that we're definitely going to keep an eye on, especially Phil. He's a big fan of travelers. They're releasing Ruta Maya, which is going to be their very first not blended rum, but it's going to be 100% rum from Belize. So super excited. If you're another independent bottler that gets a lot of stuff from Belize, is Holmes Key. And that man, you see how he's selling them bottles, right? $300, $400 is what he's selling those bottles for. So definitely keep an eye out for that. And that's all I have for new releases.
Yeah.
Anything else for rum news?
I do have an interesting piece that I thought, it's kind of like an anecdotal little piece of news that we happened to come across on our research, and I thought it was kind of comical. There's this couple in New Jersey. They bought this new house, and had been some really bad storms in the area that caused some flood damage in their basement. So due to that, they had to remove some walls, etc., etc. They were removing a wall.
Oh, that was right. Yeah.
And out comes dozens and dozens of empty Captain Morgan bottles. And people are, and she kind of made a joke like, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. And of course it was a video, it went viral. And in this video going viral, the owner actually, the previous owner of the house actually reached out to the couple and was like, oh, I was the one that lived there, those are my bottles. And actually told them that there's as many as hundreds of bottles in their walls somewhere. And I guess he was a previous alcoholic, and he's been sober now for 3 years. So that was just like a little funny anecdotal piece of news that I came across. And then one last piece was just regarding Ray and Nephew. It was just a quick little blurb that they're trying to get their original building where the Ray and Nephew, rums were produced, and they wanted to kind of renovate it and reuse it and repurpose it with the Ray and Nephew pension fund. But it was just kind of one of those things that's like still in the works.
That's exciting though, because as far as I know, Ray and Nephew they don't have a visitor center, so maybe they'll add one, which is pretty cool because Ray and Nephew is like pretty well known around the world. Yeah,
so they're still just trying to kind of work some numbers, do studies on the feasibility of the project, see if it makes any sense. But that was just a quick little blurb in the news. And then the last thing I read that I thought was really cool, again bringing up Bacardi, they're a big name in the rum world, whether they're considered high end or not. They are a very big name in the rum world. And that being said, one of the articles I read is that they have a new CHP, which is combined heat and power system, that is going to cut their greenhouse gases emission in half.
That's amazing.
Now, anybody who knows, any kind of a plant, be it a rum distillery, any kind of a plant releases exorbitant amount of greenhouse gases.
Yeah.
We are very eco-friendly, Nia more so than I. She's always very, very eco-conscious. We actually just did a beach cleanup.
Reduce your plastic.
We just did a beach cleanup with Four Ocean. Shout out to Four Ocean
and
Mount Gay. That's where we had our exclusive tasting. They partnered with Mount Gay. And we're very, very, proud of any company that is trying to improve on their sustainability and things like that. So part of their new CHP is that they are replacing their heavy fuel oil with propane gas, and they are going to generate 100% of their energy that's used on their campuses. That includes the distillery, their offices, and their visitor center.
That's crazy.
And it's going to be implementing other environmental practices, such as they're going to be creating their own biogas by cleaning wastewater, which is going to power their distillation, and it also creates electricity powering. Just 60% of their power is going to come from solely that. So kudos out to Bacardi.
Yeah.
Hopefully other big names, follow suit and, go on and go towards the whole, sustainability. We love our planet. We're trying to keep it around for a little while longer for future generations. So anything that we can to still keep having a good time, having our drinks, but helps the environment, we are here supporting them. Like I said, Bacardi is not always somebody's favorite, but they are a big name in the rum company. So if a big company like that can manage to do that, then I don't see why other big companies can't follow suit.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And going back in the chat, Carlos answered my question. He's saying that the Foursquare releases their ECS series, so like the Exceptional Cast series, which is an incredible releases. They're about 100 to 145, which I understand. But not all molasses that is distilled at Foursquare or any other distillery is exclusive Barbadian sugarcane or molasses. So that's where you kind of get into like, okay, yes, it is a lot of money for Mount Gay, but if you're not familiar with St. Nicholas Abbey, they're another... They also have sugarcane on their plantation, but I don't think they're a full single estate distillery because a lot of their older rums were at one point distilled by Foursquare. But the price point for their bottles were about $200, I believe. I'll have Phil clarify in the chat. Also, he's saying, but yeah, I do agree. It's a very high price point. I don't know how many people will be able to afford a bottle of $400. So yes, hold fast, Jason. He's also saying that those are unaltered, non-chilled, filtered, and some of them are 40 to 60 ABV, which is almost cask strength. I agree, Carlos. He says that the aging process is different for all spirits. You could buy a 16-year-old Scotch for about $100, but a 16-year-old bourbon could cost around $250 and more. Jason the River Pirate is also saying that Havana Club is part of his rum smuggling operation every time he goes to the Bahamas. Yeah, this is a standard rum at this house whenever anybody's traveling international, because unfortunately we can't get it here. Oh, he's saying that he's going to ship me some sample size rum from the DR. Thank you so much. No worries.
Don't forget me.
Yeah, no, I'll definitely share.
Just because I live close doesn't mean I don't want any.
Yeah. I'll share with her. Speaking about a couple of their rum news things, we recently had the Tales of the Cocktail, which is this huge event that awards a lot of things to different bartenders and specific cocktails. And it's in New Orleans, which is pretty cool.
We love New Orleans, Louisiana, also known as NOLA. It is
which, by the way, they're a huge rum producer as well. If you didn't tune into Rum News last time, shame on you, but they're going to blow up. Remember, they got this ridiculous tax cut incentive from the government in order to expand their distillery. So don't be surprised. Bayou rum is going to be everywhere.
So we went to NOLA, what was it, 2.5? It'll be 3 years, I want to say, in March of next year. And she was looking for it because she was looking for it for someone else.
Yeah, they Capitan Ron, he's my friend.
Could not find it. Now, everywhere you go, you're seeing some Bayou bottle. Whether it's their white, whether it's their spice, there's a Bayou bottle. You've probably seen it and just didn't realize that's what it was. It's a squared off bottle similar to
they're really nice too. They're like really nice bottles. They have a little alligator in the middle, so
they're really
definitely keep an eye out for that. There was a very interesting article basically saying that Jamaican rums are the new rums for up and coming rich people, basically. But I think that now Mount Gay released theirs. They might be
head to
at
head.
a tie between.
She'll be in Jamaica soon, so you'll have to tell us.
Between the Appleton Legend and the Mount Gay Single Estate. Another really interesting rum news was that the recent International Wine and Spirits competition happened, and there was a couple of interesting winners that I'd like to bring up, and that was 2023 Rum Producer of the Year was Worthy Park. Congratulations, Worthy Park. We're actually going to visit them, visit their distillery, visit their facilities with the Rummeliers.
Yeah.
So you know me, I'll be bringing the camera, the equipment.
I was about to say, be on the lookout. You know, a video's
and
coming.
the fresh palette. Phil will be there too.
Fresh.
The other very cool award that was given out to was the Spirits Communicator of the Year that went to Ian Burrell. He is the one and only global rum ambassador. Huge fan of him. Have met him a couple times in person. Incredibly nice person. So congrats, Ian. Well deserved. You've been an advocate for rum, so congrats to you. And then what we wanted to discuss.
Wait, there's more.
But what we wanted to close today on, which we wanted to kind of bring a topic that we could all talk about, is that we recently found out that a survey went out, and most people that drink rum and pop or rum and soda.
Okay, if you go to a bar, you're generally gonna say rum and coke. Let's say 9.5, because normally I'd say 10 out of 10. I'm gonna give that half person, like, because not that there's a half a person, but maybe there's a half person. Margin, room for error. Everyone's gonna ask for rum and coke specifically. But recent studies have shown that
56% of people order rum and Pepsi.
Or prefer rum and Pepsi.
That was so shocking. Okay, put it in the chat. Do you go Coke or do you do Pepsi?
Yeah,
How about you?
I would say
Coke or Pepsi.
Okay. I was a Pepsi girl for a very long time. I preferred Pepsi over Coke. Not that I wasn't a Coke girl. It's good if that's what they had. But if they had Pepsi, I would prefer Pepsi. For years. And then, to me, I don't know if I had it too much or my palate changed with age. Pepsi started tasting to me like just flat soda.
Oh.
I don't know if it was like, I don't know what it was. It just started tasting to me like flat Coke or flat soda. And it was on the sweeter side. It almost tasted like a diet soda, which I can totally taste the difference. If you try to feed me in a blind taste test, I can tell you what's a diet soda or not. I can taste that filmy aspartame aftertaste. But I guess people were saying that the Pepsi, the sweetness of it helps bring out the oaky flavors of the rums, which I thought was kind of interesting.
So we should do a personal rum
and Coke.
Or rum and Pepsi
soda. Yeah.
competition with this rum and see
we'll have
what
to
we
do
decide
that for next time and see what we prefer.
Yeah. So that's it for today. That's all the news I have.
Yeah.
What is everybody drinking as far as rum or Coke? I see Phil says rum and ice. Yeah, no, you gotta pick one. Coke or Pepsi. I personally used to like Coke, but they do support a lot of shark killing tournaments. Therefore, no more Coke for me.
We're shark lovers here, so
yeah, no more Coke for me or Coke products, which
is a lot.
Which is a lot, and it kind of kills me because I absolutely love Sprite. But hey, there's alternatives, so yeah.
Do a 7-Up or a Mountain Dew or something.
Yeah, something else.
Something else.
Hey, Lucas in the chat. Drums and Rums.
Sorry you're late, sir. You're coming in for the finale.
Yeah.
Not.
So Paul's in the chat. Ready your shots.
Paul's probably already 3 or 4 deep.
So
we need to catch up to Paul.
The only reason I decided to bring this song along is because, one, it's a phenomenal Floridian rum. If you're not familiar with Flying Gang rum, oh shoot, this one's, wait, hold on, this one's got a trick. Oh, there. If you have not heard of Flying Gang rum, it's a Floridian rum aged in an orange cask liqueur.
Oh, that explains the orange label.
This is...
Even the cork is glass, y'all.
Yeah.
Like, it's a glass... It's not even a cork. Like,
Yeah.
the topper is glass.
By the way, really
that.
nice people. Huge shout out to Margot. She's super, super nice. She sent me this bottle. And then another one was a gift from the River Pirate 13. Thank you so much, Jason. As always, you take such good care of me. But this is going to be very, very unique. I've never tried anything like this. And this is very accessible. So it's all over here in South Florida. It smells like...
I didn't want to put my nose too close to it, especially with all this makeup on.
Yeah. And I picked the Floridian rum because I knew Paul was going to eventually come on in.
I was losing faith there. I mean, I was losing
Cutting
faith,
it down to the wire, Paul. Cutting it down to the wire.
We said, oh, okay, that's all for the news. And Paul's like, I'm here.
We got to give you a little bit of shit. Oh, the other thing that Jason the River Pirate 13, he said he's waiting for you to say in Portuguese that you love rum.
Well, he wants me to specifically say Flying Gang.
No. Oh.
Yeah.
No, but he said... Say she loves rum in Portuguese.
Eu amo rum. There you go. It sounds Jason. Weird, but eu amo rum. And then to say specifically, eu amo rum da Flying Gang. Flying Gang é fantástico. Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers, Paul.
Has a very citric taste. I almost taste like, it's like I'm tasting like the tartness of like a lemon juice or something like that. But then it has like almost like an orange peel aftertaste.
Yeah.
That's good.
But it tastes natural. It doesn't
it doesn't taste artificial.
So basically they grab rum, they age it, and I don't remember how long they age it. I think it's like a couple years. But then they finish it in this orange liqueur cask, and that's the only thing that gives it its orange color and flavoring.
Yeah, that's really good. I like that.
So it's a very small independent bottler here in Florida. They have a couple of collections. I haven't tried their other one, which is their black label one, which I have to do that. So... But I definitely wanted you to try this. We love, especially Paul and I, love supporting Florida distillers or bottlers because it's such a small world here. But definitely,
Paul,
definitely
what's
love this.
hot? What is he saying?
Oh, you talking in Portuguese, probably.
And then in Spanish, he says
caliente.
She's the Spanish one. I'm the Brazilian one.
We forgive him. But if you haven't subscribed to Paul's channel, he's got a ton of stuff going on, including my reviews. Paul doesn't have reviews, so I joined his podcast network. So definitely subscribe to everything on his platform. You'll hear my reviews as you're driving in your car.
And then, speaking of podcasts,
that's right. And just in time,
briefly mentioned
for
it
spooky season
at the beginning of our episode. For those of you who were here, Nia and I are coming out with our own podcast. That's right. First episode dropping this weekend, just in time, as she said, for spooky season, called
Paranormal Pour.
We have our social media pages on Facebook, on Instagram, YouTube. You can find us. You want to talk about just a little bit, just briefly let them know what it's about?
Yeah, absolutely. So obviously it's Nani and I, and we're going to be talking about our sipping spirits while talking about spooky spirits. And it's literally, for now, our personal stories. Yes, we have a ton. I think it's because we're from South America. I don't know what it is.
It's our culture.
But we've been talking forever. I've been running down the mental history of all the spooky stuff that I've encountered, and I was like, holy crap, we have at least 6 episodes with my own stories.
Yeah.
And by the way, I have a ton that I have to repick my mom's brain on.
Yeah.
And the reason why I don't play the Ouija or Ouija board, however you want to call it, traditionally it's called Ouija. But for those of you that know it as Ouija board, and why I don't play it, definitely go ahead and subscribe because I have a really good story about that. Well, not personal, my mom's, but it's really, really good. But
I mean, it's personal in that, you know, it's your mother, so it's your story. So we're really excited. We're dropping that. Our first episode, so we're going to be doing the audio and the videos, so if you prefer one over the other. And it's like we said, you get us together once a month, but if that's not enough for you, which, why would it be?
We're going to do weekly on Paranormal Pour. We'll still have different spirits, but we're going to do sipping spirits of all kinds.
Yep. So join us with your audio. If you're driving in your car, you'll be able to listen, maybe not drink and drive. We are not condoning that behavior. But if you're at home in the comfort of your own home and you want to pull up the episode and watch it, because clearly we're fun to watch, because we're...
I hope so.
You think we're drunk most of the time.
Hit that like button if you like watching us. Hit that like.
Yes. So please, like, subscribe, follow, share, show your support. It means the absolute world to us that you guys, tune in when you do, especially for Rum News and now Paranormal Pour. We really look forward to it. You could actually send us your stories if you have
stories or want to be on our channel. Definitely send your stories to Paranormal Pour Stories at Gmail.
Or our phone number, 305-814-7687. Excuse me. You can leave us a voicemail with your story, and you can tell it in your own words, and we can play the audio. I actually set it up to record the voicemail, so they can play it in their own words.
Yeah.
So we'd love to hear your stories, especially you, Jason. You live in one of the most haunted towns in the country.
Pretty much.
In the country. In fact, I think it was at one point labeled the most haunted town in the country. So I'm sure you have stories galore, or plenty of people who have stories galore.
Yeah.
Please feel free to send them to us via email, call
No. We'll do a little Zoom live, and then we'll have them on the channel.
Yeah, it would be great. If any of you other people have stories of your own or stories as a third party that people have told you, we'd love to hear it. We love talking spooky. We love watching spooky. That's our vibe. Like I said, it's spooky season for us all year round, clearly. Yes, anybody who knows us knows this. So we would love for you guys to tune in, and we appreciate you guys, and we thank you guys for your support. It means a lot to us.
Yes, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed. I definitely am super excited to bring more rums to the rum collection. If you have any suggestions, please don't forget to send us that information.
And we're back, you guys.
We're back.
We haven't been together since June.
Thanks, Paul, for taking over July. I appreciate it.
Yes, she was traveling. I've been traveling. So we are both really excited to be back. And we look forward to, hanging out with you guys a few more times.
And the next rum.
Yes.
Cheers.
Bye, guys.
Bye, everyone.